Okay, so what does that tell us? Well, a couple things. X squared obviously tells me I'm opening up or down, right, around my x-axis. The P, because it's negative, tells me it's going to be pointing down. So if I go over here, I know if I'm going to be pointing down, my vertex is obviously at 0, 0. So I have my vertex at 0, 0. My focus, okay, is going, so if I have my parabola opening downward, I know my focus is going to be on my y-axis inside my parabola. So I know my focus, if I plot that point down here, is going to be 0, -1/16. That's my p-value. So my focus is found by 0, p. I know what my p-value is, but I can also figure that out if I don't remember how to write my focus. I know that because if it's pointing downward, my focus has to be inside. It's going to be along my y-axis, which would be a point 0, something. And because I know my p-value is -1/16, that's the number that it's going to be. So if I graph that, this is going by 4, and it's going to be like right there. It's going to be really right below the vertex if I scale it. Which means my directrix is going to be the same distance above my vertex. So if I scroll in there, I don't know if I'll be able to zoom in enough. Let's see. Zoom in. Okay. So my directrix is going to be the line perpendicular to this axis of symmetry, the same distance away from my vertex above as my focus is below. So my directrix is going to be the line y equals 1/16. Remember, it's positive because I'm above, I'm in a positive y, so I'm right above my vertex, so it's going to be a positive value. So it's going to be opposite in sign than my focus. So my directrix is this perpendicular line to my axis of symmetry that cuts right in the middle. So I've got them plotted and ready to go. So I know it opens down, so the next and last thing that I need to do to plot this is I need to make a table of values, just to make sure where my graph opens up. So down here it kind of shows you some points that were already picked, but I'm going to go ahead and take my original y equals 4x squared, my original equation from before, and plot in some of these points. So if I plug in -2, y equals -4x squared. So if I plug in -2, I get y is equal to -4 times -2 squared. And we all know that -2 squared is 4, so -4 times 4 is -16. Y is equal to -4 times x, which is -1 squared, so -4 times 1 is -4. Tells me 0, 0, and that's true because of -4 times 0 squared is 0. Down here, -4 times 1 squared, 1 squared is 1. 1 times -4 is -4, and lastly -4 times 2 squared is -4 times 4, which is -16. So you notice because it's symmetrical, I've got my numbers that match on both sides. So at -2, I'm going 16. These are by 4, so this is 4, 8, 12, 16, 2 over. Yep, so there's my first point. Next point is -1, 4. 0, 0 is already on there. 1, 4, and 2, 16. Those are some points. And if I go left, right, I've got my parabola with my directrix labeled, my focus labeled, and my y-axis is my axis of symmetry. And that's what they were asking us to identify. Axis of symmetry, directrix, focus. Axis of symmetry, obviously in this case, is my y-axis. I'll put that next there, y-axis. So it slices my graph in half. Alright, so we're going to look at the next video, which is example 1. Continue, we're going to look at one more example together, and then you'll have some time to work on a checkpoint.